What's up, guys? We're back, and we are finally reviewing the latest offering from Casa Cuevas. Dad, what's it called?
It's called Casa Cuevas Cigar.
Yes, we've established that. But which Casa Cuevas cigar are we reviewing tonight?
Well, it's called the Sangre Nueva.
This is the creation of Alec Cuevas, son of Luis Cuevas Jr. and grandson of the Luis Cuevas Sr. And so he was given full control over the process, and this is his creation, and it has taken off, which is what you want.
That's what you want.
That is exactly what you want. So we're super excited to try it, and something new. Sorry.
Nuevo.
Nuevo. Yeah, anyways.
That's Spanish for Nuevo.
Let's cue that music. What's up, guys? You're watching Dad Smoking Cigars, sponsored by StokeyLives.com, Cigar Social Media, and Casa Cuevas Cigars. From our casa to yours, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And as you can see, I'm back with my pop. Say hi to everyone, Dad.
Hi, everyone, Dad.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that. I don't know why I set myself up for that. No, you can't. And dad jokes are part of the package.
Dad jokes abound.
Exactly. So, but I knew that when I reviewed this cigar, I didn't want to do it alone. I wanted to hang with you and get your thoughts as well, just because I've been super excited about it, and I put it off long enough. So here we are. We're going to enjoy the creation of, as I said, mentioned before in the opening, Alec Cuevas, who was the one who had complete creative control over that. I don't know about you, but I'm not sure if I could deal with that pressure. What would you think if you were told it's all you?
I'd love it.
Yeah, I'd probably love it too, but I'd be afraid to. Me personally.
Unless behind the scenes someone said, if you screw up, you die. It's just a family name on the line, son.
In reality, like, I was having a discussion with Luis over the phone not too long after the release, and we were talking about that. He's like, since this was Alec's brainchild, obviously you want to make sure it does at least decently well out the gate, because if it doesn't, then you can't.
Rule number one, don't suck.
Exactly. You can't come back from that. If it's like your first outing and everybody's like, this sucks, like, well, I'm done. I'm not doing this again. So, but no, it's taken off. It's been selling like crazy.
Of course, then they could come out with the next line called El Segundo.
I'm going to tell Luis that and then see what he says.
Luis just has to watch this and he'll see it.
No, I know, but I have a direct line. I could just call him. So it's like, there you go, Alec. This one did very well, obviously, but then the next one just be called El Segundo, the second one. So
there you go.
I think that would work. I think that will take off.
A little of my Spanish there for people. Shout out to Mrs. Fredheim, 8th grade Spanish.
Mrs. Mr. Regas, Mrs. Apodaca, Miss Patterson, God rest her, and Miss Aquino. They were the ones who taught me everything that I mostly don't remember. So I managed to remember some of it in Mexico, but then the rest of it just completely departed my brain.
You didn't drink enough.
No, I didn't drink enough.
Perfect Spanish from an American is lots of alcohol.
There's lots of alcohol. I didn't drink enough at the times that mattered most.
That weird brain doesn't get in the way.
Well, with all that being said, I think it is time to cut and light. You've already cut. You're already one step ahead of me. Cut. So I'm
going to light. I'm going to the second step.
Oh, gosh.
El Segundo.
It's not a competition, Dad.
No, I didn't say it was. I'm trying to let our viewers know where I'm at.
Yes. You're in your backyard.
It's a kit. It's an instructional video.
And I'm gonna have to borrow your lighter, Pop, because I ran out of butane. Cardinal sin for a cigar smoker. That is, unless you have matches, then I think you can be forgiven for that.
Sorry, no matches today.
That's okay.
Yes, we have no matches.
Yes. We don't need no stinking matches.
Mm-hmm.
You were waiting for that, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. That's a 5.
I was just gonna say that.
Sorry, can I have that?
Yes, you can. It is yours after all. Wow. Mm-hmm. Now, I haven't heard your thoughts yet, so I'm just gonna say mine real quick. Those first couple puffs, They were spicy.
Yeah, a bit bitey, as my friend Earl likes to say.
Yes, our good friend Earl.
Cousin Earl,
Cousin Earl.
In Kansas City, Missouri.
Yes. Yeah.
Very big, very bold.
Just, yeah, kick in the face, but again in a good way.
Right.
So just really lots of spice right off the bat, and it's just a little grassy, a little earthy, semi-sweet,
Very
like
earthy.
on the back end. A little bit of sweetness on the back end, but it's very, very subtle.
Just a touch, a little vanilla.
Maybe some cinnamon.
Yep. But that pepper is right up front.
Yeah, this is the first time in a while that I think I've had like a little bit of pepperiness in a cigar, but it is, like you said, a bit bitey. Cinnamon, pepper, vanilla, grassy notes, earthy notes, but it's pretty darn tasty. Wow, very impressive right out the gate, I will say that. And
For all you folks who like big, bold cigars,
yeah,
I like this.
absolutely.
At least on the front end. We'll see what happens when we get to the middle.
Yeah, I have no idea if it's going to transition, if it's going to stay the same, or what changes we're going to encounter. But I'm liking it already. I mean, I have yet to have a Cuevas disappoint me, but I do want to give my honest thoughts. I don't want to be like, it's all good, everything's good. They
the draw's
sponsor
not
me.
bad. You know, decent smoke. We'll get her going. See if she. I like a little more smoke on my cigars.
I like a lot of smoke output, but again, we're just getting going on it. So I think the more we kind of puff on it, the more we're gonna get. But I might not have cut off enough on the cap, if I'm being honest. So that might be why.
That's what I'm wondering. Maybe that perfect cut didn't quite do the job.
Yeah, I might have to give it one little extra slice.
So perfect cut, not
My
just a clever
ass.
name.
Okay, let's see if that helped.
Like the other Cuevas cigars, real firm wrapper. Don't hit anybody in the head with this.
Yeah, you might actually feel it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's solid, and like Dad said, just that's within their standard, just because it's got a nice solid construction, like only the slightest bit of give, which you actually do want in your
Just a
cigar.
touch of give. There you go.
But yeah, very nicely rolled and not too tight. It's not like we're trying to suck a golf ball through a garden hose, as he's
Not
often
that I've
said.
ever tried, but
As he's often said, and I've often said,
it's an
because
expression.
that's the best picture we have. So, but a little bit about the cigar. It is a Cameroon seed wrapper grown in Ecuador. There you go. Honduran Corojo binder and fillers from the Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, and Pennsylvania. So,
I didn't know Pennsylvania was in Nicaragua.
well, there. No,
There's
Pennsylvania.
another one?
Pennsylvania is in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So yeah, no, Pennsylvania broadleaf.
I was told there'd be no geography.
Yeah, well, it's just a touch, so you don't have to panic, or you don't have to worry about if there's a test or
Yeah.
a quiz or
It's
anything.
been a rough day, folks.
Yes, this is very much needed to relax and wind down. So, what are we drinking though, Pop? You poured
Well,
it for me a little bit earlier.
Good question, son.
Blah, blah, blah. Can't talk.
So, in a recent trip to Maui, we did a little spirit tasting when we went out to the Maili
They communed with the
General
spirits.
Store. Lots of folks just call it the Amali General Store, but it's in that little part of Maui, you know, right between Paia and Lahaina. So it's almost right in the middle, and right across the street they've got a distillery that makes really great vodka by the name of Pau, P-A-U, which means done in Hawaiian.
Done.
And in fact, they asked what they should name the vodka, and the guy just said, "Pow." In other words, he's done. They said, "Hey, that's not a bad idea." So after they made a stellar pineapple vodka, which, by the way, it's made purely from pineapple, not potatoes, not anything else,
Okay.
because you don't really have a lot of potatoes in Hawaii.
No, not really.
Well, not the traditional kind, anyway.
No.
And so they thought, well, what else could we do with pineapple juice? And so they thought, well, hey, let's try our hand at bourbon. So they had a distillery in Kentucky make a pure bourbon for them when it was 2 years old. They shipped the barrels over to the distillery in Hawaii, and their idea was to take the process one step further. And I know a lot of you bourbon drinkers are going to be aghast when I say they infused it with pineapple liquor. They make the pineapple liquor in the same manner that you would make the bourbon. They distill it, comes out in its pure distillate form, and then they mix the two together and they age it for a couple of years.
Science.
And they come out with what's called their own brand called Paniolo, which is Hawaiian for cowboy. And it's quite smooth. It's delicious. Maybe just a hint of pineapple.
Yeah, I got a like
a soupçon.
A soupçon. Le poisson, le poisson.
If you guys have ever seen Sideways, you know what I'm talking about.
It's a smidge. Yeah. It's a scotch.
Just a flutter.
Yes, it is. It is very subtle, but it is there. And unlike the peppery spice in this cigar, which is not subtle, and but it is very enjoyable.
But a nice balance. So if you ever get a chance to get some Paniolo bourbon, there aren't too many places you can get it here in the States, but you can. There are regulations about shipping liquor from Hawaii. You can get the PAL vodka at any Total Wine or Bevmo.
Okay.
And the Paniolo bourbon, you're going to have to special order and just find it on the internet, but it's very smooth. It actually pairs nicely with the cigar because it takes some of the edge off.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. But we're going to just chill for a bit, I think, because this is a Toro cigar, so we're going to smoke it down for a little while. And
we're going to chill a lot because in our next segment, we're going to talk about interest rates and the stock market and, a lot of things that might cheer you guys up.
You didn't clear this with me, Bob. We didn't discuss.
I work off the cuff. There is no script. We go live or we go home.
The pre-show powwow, we did not discuss this.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah. Famous last words. So, Pop, what are your thoughts? You said you had some thoughts.
Well, Kyle explained to me while we were away that, talking interest rates and gas prices would be a bad idea because I would bring everybody down. So we're going to talk about the cigar.
Yes, thank you.
So
please and thank you.
What I will say is it does smooth out a bit.
It does.
In the middle third.
It really does.
Good news for all you folks who don't necessarily like bitey, peppery, spicy, which the cigar was all those things and more at the beginning, and now the draw has improved and
lots
it's gotten
more
a little
smoke.
richer in smoke and very smooth. Just a creamy.
It's kind of creamy, leathery, and woody. Like right now, where it's at, I get a little bit of those kind of woody notes that are very tasty, combined with those other flavor notes that I just talked about. Because I like some of those are my favorite ones. Like I like. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for. Because this is definitely what you would call a full-bodied cigar. Full body, full flavor, good strength on it, but I don't think it's the kind of strength that would knock you on your butt unless you're new to cigars.
Right. You get a good cigar buzz off this if this was your first.
Yes, if this is your first or among your first and you haven't figured out what your palate is or what kind of strength you prefer, I wouldn't start with this cigar, only because, you'll get a good buzz off of it, and sometimes it's fun and other times it's not always fun. But no, it's smoothed out considerably. The spice is all but disappeared. There's like a subtle bit of it kind of lingering on the back end, but creamy, earthy, woody, leathery, and it all blends together very well, and it still pairs very nicely with this pineapple whiskey.
Paniolo bourbon.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a blended whiskey. You can't really call it a bourbon anymore because they mixed it with the pineapple alcohol.
People get touchy about that.
Yeah,
So if it's not from Kentucky, then they get all angry.
It is from Kentucky.
Okay. Well,
but then they blended it.
Some there are some. I'm not saying I'm one of them, but there are some who might say they tainted it.
Yeah, right.
But
I know there's screams of terror out there. When you mix the bourbon, what are you mixing the bourbon? My friend Guy Durrett out there would say, you don't mix bourbon with anything. Maybe an ice cube, nothing more.
Okay, well then how do you get an old-fashioned? Explain that to me, okay?
It's against his religion.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Come on.
He's a purist.
Live a little.
You guys know who you are out there.
Live a little. Try new things.
Right.
So, but no, I'm enjoying it. It pairs nicely with the cigar, and I think especially now because like you said, the bitiness has disappeared pretty much.
And now the whiskey is actually a little more.
Yes, the whiskey has more bite than the cigar, but they kind of like you said, they balance each other out. So it's quite delicious and tasty, and we're about halfway through. And Indeed, is that what you said? Indeed. Okay. So, but Yeah, no, it's a transition from kick you in the face spicy to, okay, let's relax a little bit and recover from that kick I just dealt to your face. And but yeah, this is, I could actually smoke this with like a cup of coffee in the morning.
Actually, this would be a good coffee cigar.
It would be, especially at this point, because though I would say if you're like saying have your coffee a little bit on the sweeter side, which I do,
which would be a nice balance.
It would be a nice balance. Like if you just lit it up, the spice, and then you have a sip of your coffee, you know, whether you use stevia, sugar, creamer, whatever, it would definitely go really nice with that. I would love to have this cigar in the morning with a cup of coffee, or like from your Nespresso machine.
Right.
That would be a good one to have with it. So there's a number of possibilities with the cigar that you could enjoy, and because we've been smoking so long, I think we can smoke almost any type of cigar any time of day, and it really wouldn't matter. But I would definitely
because you just might want to.
You just might want to, and really, you don't need any other reason than that. So, but no, suffice it to say, I'm very much enjoying the cigar, and I'm very relaxed, and I think we're finally letting whatever went on during the day kind of slide off.
The remains of the day.
The remains of the day are just that, remains, and we're just chilling here. So, good cigar to relax to. But yeah, I'm
this will take the edge off a Rams loss. They played like crap tonight. But if you're a Niner fan, it was a good night for you.
Yes, I know. Well, our friend Rick Granados will be happy because the Niners won. So, but in any case, I don't care. I don't watch sports. That was one of the things from his personality that didn't take with me.
So disappointing to me.
Yes, I am just I'm a stain on the family name, apparently, just because of that.
You said it, not me.
You're thinking it.
No, I was not.
So, but I don't have anything else to add to this point of the cigar.
Sometimes less is more, son.
Less is more. So, and I think that's my dad's subtle way of saying stop talking, enjoy the cigar. So I'm going to do just that. So, Pop's still seeing how much he can get away with his label.
Yep.
So
I haven't stripped her bare yet.
Mine's naked now. So, but it I feel like it's kind of changed up just slightly.
Yeah.
I was mentioning to Dad that, and I always feel funny when I say this, like I took a sip of the whiskey. I'm still drinking the pineapple whiskey, the pineapple bourbon. Dad has poured himself some Eagle Rare. Tell them to stop.
Sorry, my Facebook alerts. Everybody blabbing about the Rams loss to the Niners tonight. It was heinous.
It was heinous. But I took a sip of the pineapple bourbon, and then I took a puff off the cigar, and it had like almost like kind of a smoky mesquite flavor just from the, I guess you could say, palate cleansing of the bourbon. But it was good. It still pairs very nicely. And right now I would say I can't place that flavor.
A little bolder.
A little bit. The spice hasn't come back, but it's threatening
Just more robust. Yeah.
It's threatening to come back. But yes, it is definitely robust. And I'm giving it a little touch up, even though it's still technically lit. But this whole time, I have not had to relight. I have not had to touch up the burn. Nothing.
Nice even burn.
It has stayed very nice. I think just for that moment there, I wasn't getting enough air through the cigar to keep it keep the cherry nice and bright.
Mine's heated up just a little bit. I don't know about yours. Just a little bit.
Not yet at all. I'm kind of tasting a slight bit of heat on the draw, but
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for the most part, not too much heat. Have you done the test yet? You put your fingers up near the burn line.
It's still not bad. My finger's right up there, close to the edge.
Slightly warm, but hardly.
Yeah, not enough to burn your fingers. But the thing I like about Casa Cuevas, if you're a cigar band collector, most of theirs just slide right off.
Yep.
It's nice and tidy. So.
Exactly. And it's a very beautiful band. Very nice color.
Yeah.
I like the way that it looks. And still keeping with the logo and everything like that, with, the different successive generations, because Alec Cuevas is now the 5th generation of the Cuevas family to be in the tobacco business. And he's done a fine job, I must say. He is definitely delved very deep into, you know, all the various nuances of blending cigars and things like that. No doubt he's learned so much from his grandfather and from his dad, and he's also worked for other cigar companies and things like that, vending their product and stuff. So he's immersed himself so much into it, and this is the product of all that. I think that's pretty damn cool.
Yep.
So
great cigar, won't disappoint. I'd give this easily 90 points or better.
Absolutely.
It's a great cigar.
So, but fantastic. We loved it. And once again, Casa Cuevas has hit it out of the park. I can't even speak. It's that good. But
unlike Aaron Judge, stuck at 61 homers. Don't worry, Aaron, you'll do it. 3 games left, no pressure. Even Roger Maris did it in his very last game of the season. You can do that too.
I don't even know what he's talking
That's
about.
That's okay.
Right now.
Everyone else does.
Everyone else,
except for maybe our friends in Australia who don't follow American baseball.
No, but it's okay. But yeah, definitely a very well blended, very tasty cigar, and like usual when it comes to Casa Cuevas, it's a definite will smoke again as many times as possible. So.
Not for the faint of heart, though. You rookies, stay away.
No, I would not recommend this if you're just getting started in cigars, just because, like I said, because we've been smoking for a long time. I can't remember the last time I got a nicotine buzz or anything like that off of a cigar. It's been a good while. I'm not saying it never happens, but I can't remember the last time it did. And I've been able to smoke some pretty strong cigars even on an empty stomach, and I was okay. But yeah, if you're just getting started, don't start with this one. I would start with their Connecticut.
We dare you.
Well, yeah, you know what? If you're feeling bold and daring, then do it.
And you want a great nicotine buzz?
Do it.
This one's for you.
Do it. But if not, start with like the Connecticut or Habano. Even the Maduro isn't too crazy strong, too crazy potent, but the core line is definitely a good start.
Listen to me now and talk about it later. Do it.
I tell you now, you will leave me later.
Arnold's. Do it.
That people keep telling me I should do like my
Get to the Cuevas.
That was awesome. I loved that. That was brilliant. So people keep saying I should do my voice impressions on the channel. So there you go. I was doing my Arnold. But
the cigar's not for girly men.
No, it is not. But I'm pretty sure there's some women who could smoke this and they wouldn't have any issue with as compared to some guys.
Vixens,
yes.
This is for you.
But excellent. Good strength, good flavor. Excellent. So, and that's all I have to say about that.
Sometimes there just aren't enough smokes.
There definitely are not. As you can see, we keep smoking them, so there's never enough. But that's pretty much it for us, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you were entertained, and we hope you pick up some Casa Cuevas Sangre Nueva as soon as possible. I know a bunch of you have, and you've been raving about it, and I finally got around to it. And
but are they Baltimore raving about it? Sports fans, you get me.
Yeah, anyway.
Moving right along. But it is a cigar that lives up to the hype. Absolutely. And for the first, venture, like solo venture blending of, his own cigar, Alec Cuevas, excellent work, and keep it up. Yeah, but what are you going to do next? Pressure's on.
Oh, I'm sure he'll manage. I'm sure he'll manage just fine. So, anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with us, and we hope you enjoyed. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and be sure to like this video and leave a comment. Let us know what you thought, and we love engaging with you guys. I know I love hearing from you guys in the comments, so let's start a conversation. But other than that, yeah, that was fun. We really had balls. So, if you don't know, you don't know, but if you do, you do. So, anyways, guys, we hope you guys are doing well. Stay smoky, and as always, we will catch you in the next one.
Peace. We out.